In this video, we're going to use a conditional statement, an if statement, to stop the movement of a shape as it travels across the screen. We have an integer variable x with an initial value of 0, and that is going to be used for the x location of the circle. Here I have a blue fill applying to an ellipse function that is, as I said, using that x variable as its x parameter, and the value of x is increasing by 1 each time draw runs through, over and over, 60 times a second. So the ellipse is traveling across the screen. If I wanted to stop, say, for example, halfway across the screen, then I only want this function, or this, not function, I only want this algebraic equation to be called when for the time that the ellipse is on the left half of the screen. So when it reaches a certain point, I no longer want this to be true anymore. There is a couple of different ways that we could do this, but this most straightforward would be to only call this algebraic equation when we want the ellipse to be moving. So when it is less than 250, when it's less than halfway, less than at the halfway point across the screen. So I could say if x is less than 250, open my curly bracket, close the curly bracket. This, if you wrote it in order, would automatically indent. So in this strategy, I'm only having this x variable increase when it is less than 250, and once it gets to be 250, this will no longer be called. So x only increases until it reaches 250. A second strategy would be to keep increase this equation outside of the conditional statement. And then say, once x gets to be greater than 250, just set x to the place, to the value that you want it to be. So once x gets to be greater than 250, set x to 250, x will increase again, so then this becomes true again, but then it will set it back, x will increase, this will be true again, and then set it back. So this is a different solution that will have the same effect overall.